Hi guys, welcome back. We are now on part 5 and this is where I'm going to show you how to make a very basic journal. It's going to be a plain blank journal. We're just going to decorate the front of the cover, and we've got some nice plain tea stained pages here that I've already got ready and folded up, so you don't really need to see me do that because it's quite boring. And I've got some bits and pieces ready, so I've tried to get a bit organised. And if you're new to it, try and get all the little bits together, so you've got a general idea, and then you won't get so frustrated. So this is just this is what I'm going to try and do here to show you. So what I've got, let's get rid of these little bits and pieces. I was going to do it in fabric, but I decided to just do it in card instead, because I think it will be a lot easier to show you if you're a beginner. So what have I've done now, I need to measure this, which I've got. Oh look, what's this? No, that's no good. I need 2 seconds. Let me just get my tape measure, because I didn't measure it. Here we go. Let's have a look. So I have done this. So this is 8.5 by 6. Okay, so that's the cover, and all of these pages are an A4 sheet, which is 8.5 by 11, cut in half. So I've just cut them in half like so, and then I've folded them in half, and then I've just made the cover just slightly bigger. So there we go. So it's just slightly bigger, and then this is a piece that I'm going to actually stick on the inside cover to cover it up, because I'm going to do some sewing on the front, so I don't want to see it on the inside cover. So I'm going to just piece of tea stained paper to cover it up. So I'll pop it out like that. So I've just folded it in half, so we're ready to pop the tape measure over there. So what I am going to do, I've got the little piece of fabric that I was going to make it out of, but I thought I would pop that on the front like that, and this is the piece where I did the interfacing on, so it just makes it a little bit harder to sew on that way, I think. And then here I've just stamped on a piece of fabric. I did it before just in case it came out all wrong, and then I didn't have another piece of paper, a piece of fabric. What I did, I actually popped it on. This is a piece of foam here, and I popped the fabric on here like that, and then I stamped on it, so you've got a spongier base, and it actually goes into the fabric a bit better. If you do it on a flat surface, a hard flat surface, you tend to miss bits, and this is just slightly soft, so it actually gets everything, all the ink in. And just hold it on there for a little bit longer. So say you've got it on, say I'm doing a pair of scissors, ink it up, stamp it down, and just hold it down for a minute. That makes all the ink will soak into the fabric. So there we go. So let's pop that back, pop that bit back. So that's just the little mannequin on the front there. So what I will do, I will just pop that on there like so. But the back piece, I wasn't going to stamp all over it. What I was thinking about doing on the back cover was just sort of like stamping the sewing machine. So that's the sewing machine there. I was just going to stamp it sort of in the middle. See what that will look like. There we go. Let's get my stays on. Let's do it this way. See if I can get this straight-ish. There we go. So when that's folded up, that's quite nice as a little back picture in the middle. So there we are. And then I shall be inking around it. Let's put all this back together. So we just use the tea stain ink again that we've been using throughout. which I'm going to use this, and that's what I tea stained that as well, ready to go, and a little bits of trim. So let's just ink this a little bit quickly on the edges. So you can stamp all over if you want to, but I didn't want to do too much stamping because we stamped the little pocket. I didn't want it to be too much stamping. Oops. There we go. Okay, so that was quick. I don't need to do the inside because we're going to cover it up anyway. What did I do with the bits and pieces? Here we are. So I just thought, let's get some of these bits of cotton off. So that can go on there like that. And what I'm going to do, I was thinking I was going to put this on the top and the bottom first. So let's get rid of that again. Let's just tear a little bit off there. Let's ink that edge up. Just going to stick that on the top, and then I'm going to put one on the bottom, so that can go like there. Just ink the edges so they're not white, and we can use the glue stick and glue these to the top and the bottom. Again, just use whatever glue that you have that you want to use, but I do like the glue sticks because they're so quick and easy, and they're really, really quite strong. There we go. Oops. Oops, all sticky already. There we go. Glue everywhere. Pop that down through there. Okay. Get rid of my gluey fingers. So I think that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So then this can go in the middle, and then that can go on the top. So what I do is I'm going to sew that on first. And what else can we have? What do I have in here? Let's have a look. Lots of bits and pieces in here I've got. Oh, here we go. This is what I was going to use. And a piece of this. Let's have a look. Or we could use the flower, couldn't we? Oops. Let's cut the flower out. You can see there's a little flower in there. Let's see if I can cut this out nicely. You can use all your little applique or little crochet flowers on here, or just little buttons. I've added a couple of more little charms to the book cover, but I'm going to show you those in the next video where I put it all together so we can see that. So that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Pop that there. Little bits of cotton everywhere. Oops. So I think that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So what else can we put on there? Put this little bit of trim like we did on the other one. Yes, we could put that on her waist. Let's chop that off. How much do we need? Okay. There we go. That looks nice, doesn't it? So these are just basic ones. I didn't want to do too much because again, if you're a beginner, it gets a bit daunting. So I just wanted to do sort of like a basic journal and a basic pocket pouch. Oh, looks nice, isn't it? That everybody can do. And if you know what you're doing, you can just expand on it yourselves and add little bits and pieces. So I quite like that. So what I shall do, what I do, I actually stick sometimes glue stick on the fabric if I'm going to sew, just to stop it moving, because it doesn't show through. If I put some Fabri-Tac or the 3-in-1 on, you will see the glue through before you sew it. So I'm going to pop that on there. I will pop a little bit of Fabri-Tac, it's not Fabri-Tac, 3-in-1 here before I sew it, because you won't see this bit. Can't see it coming through. So then I will sew that on through there, and then I think I might just stick that on afterwards and then put that bead on, button on. So what I'm going to do quickly, I'm just going to sew around the edge of this, okay, for a minute, and then I'm going to sew this piece onto here. So I will be 2 minutes. Okay, so that's done. So I did nudge the camera, so I hope I haven't moved it too much. So what I've done, I've sewn round here and round this one, and I've sewn the little bit on the front here, and I did sew along this bit here, just along the tape measure bit. So let's just trim those off. Oopsie daisy. So then I'm going to, we can embellish when I think when I put the inner piece on, the inner piece of fabric, it won't be so lumpy bumpy. So let's put this on first, and we can always glue things. Now we've got the basic bit down, you can always glue little embellishments on the top. So let's trim that off. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually stick this onto here. Now I just use the glue stick. And just glue this. I did sort of cut it the right size, just left it a little bit bigger, so that just fits on there. So I'm going to glue the paper. Here, look. Go. Pop this down. Line it up, and there we go. Squash it on. So then it hides all of the stitch marks on the back. Makes it all nice and neat. So what I will do, I will trim this out to make it look all nice and tidy. Still haven't cleaned my scissors, they're still sticky. I could do with a nice new set of scissors in different sizes, because I'm dreadful, I will cut my fabric with my paper scissors. Okay. So now I'm just going to go around the edge with the sewing machine to keep this on. So we've got a lovely little edge of sewing down here. And then what I will do, maybe I'll pop this in at the same time. I'm going to put this here, let's just fold it so I know whether, in the middle. So when we sew in the pages, it sort of gives it a little bit more support, so it doesn't rip the card or the paper. So I'm going to, maybe I'll sew that in as well at the same time. Let's just glue this down and find where the middle is. Okay, pop a little bit of glue down through there, Is that the middle? Not quite. There we go. A bit wibbly wobbly, isn't it? Doesn't have to be perfect because it's handmade. So let's just chop that bit off and chop this bit off. So you can put a piece down this side if you want to. Maybe I will. And we'll see. I quite like it like that actually. So I'm going to just quickly sew around the edge here. Okie doke, so there we go. So sorry, I nudged the camera again. So I hope we're in view here. Let's just chop these little bits off here. Okay, so I've just sewed around here so it's attached to the top and the bottom. I don't need to sew down the sides because I will sew the pages in like that. So I think that looks really pretty. So there we go. So I'm going to stick on our little flower here. Just ruffle it up a little bit. Pop that there. A bit of the 3-in-1 glue. Let's just stick that on there. Look. Cut it down. And I'm going to pop the little pink button on. Oopsie daisy. These are probably better done when you've actually sewn in your pages. If you've got big bulky things to pop on the front. There we go. So what else can I pop on there to show you what to do? Oh, I know what I could do. Let's have a little dingly dangly coming down. Right, let's see. That was the sewing machine. Pop the scissors back. Let's have a little one of these cotton reel thingies. Thingy-majiggies. There's my ink. Let's make a little dangle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp this like so. Put that back over there. And then I'm going to cut it out. Okay, let's just quickly cut this out. And then instead of a tag, I can use this as the tag. And I can wrap a little bit of something around it, maybe the embroidery, the purple embroidery thread or the gold cotton that I had. Just cut it out quickly. So you could use the stamps as, all of the stamps as little dangles if you stamp them onto card. Okay, let's just edge it a little bit with some ink. Okay, what can I use? That was quite pretty, isn't it? It's quite cute. Let's use a little bit of this. Right, let's cut a little nudge in here. Cut a little nudge and then I can pop that in there, then it won't come off. There we go. Wrap this round. Oopsie daisy. Go through that little slit I just made, and again cut that off. Oh, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to use a little bit of this just to make sure that the thread is glued down. doesn't come off. There we go. Oh, that's really cute. And then I can pop a little hole in it. You've got the smallest little hole punch that you've got, or you can just use your bradawl or pokey tool to make a little hole. You don't want a big hole. Let's have a look. Let's get one of our bulb clips. Pop that on. And because we've got fabric, this should realistically just pop through there. There we go. That can hang off there. Oh look, I like that. Okay, so that's the front of the cover. So that is quite easy to do, because all it is the card, and you just decorate the front. Because if you get your little tags, you can actually, if you wanted to, you could make a tag and actually stick it onto the front. And you could have a little pocket here if you left that open. You just glue down the sides or sewed around the sides. You could have a little pocket there to pop something into. So it's entirely up to you how you decorate it, but I thought that looked quite pretty. So now we need to do, right, so these are the pages. So I have folded, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, we've got 12 pages. So let's just put them all together like this. I need to make some more paper because I'm running out very quickly. Put these all together. I will sew them through on the sewing machine. If you don't have too many, I will find out what size my needle is that I use, and I'll pop it down in the description, because I do use a larger needle. Okay, sorry, my camera went off. So what I was just saying, I will put in the description what size needle on my sewing machine I use to sew paper, because I use a bigger one, a thicker one, but I don't use too much paper. This is probably about right. So about 12 sheets on here. And then what I'll do, I just get it and I will just pop it in there, and I will just sew all the way down through the middle, and then that little bit of fabric there just helps it from splitting. So there we go, and then we've got a lovely little journal to pop in there. So just give you 2 minutes. Hopefully I won't nudge the camera again. I'm going to quickly sew these in. Okay, so there we are. So I've just sewn down through the middle here, look, and then I've just gone back up there and back up there just to so it doesn't undo, and that's just done down through the middle there. Chop that bit off, and there we go, and that we have the little journal and a little dingly dangly there. You can hang buttons off it and all sorts of things, so you can come up with all your little embellishments as well. But that's quite a nice one, and you could actually do it with the scissors if you stamp the scissors as well, because you've got the little holes in the handles there which you could hang it from, so that would look quite nice as well. So this is just a plain one, and it looks quite nice because you can see the little bit of fabric there. You can, if you wanted to, you could stamp inside the booklet, but I quite like them plain. This one hasn't got any pockets in, but I will be doing another one which is a little bit more advanced, so where we've got the pockets in and we embellish it, but this one is just a blank one, plain, easy one, just a basic journal for you to follow. So there we are, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. The next one will be part 6, where I will be popping it all together into the pocket, and then I'm going to see if I need to add any little bits and pieces to it. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video, part 6. Alright guys, thank you, have a lovely day, bye bye.